Good morning. It's Robert and Julia Miller with the J. Patel Group and Rethink Real Estate with another exciting real estate update.
So exciting, we're doing it again.
Yeah, we had so much fun yesterday that we're going to go ahead and do it again this morning.
Yeah.
A little technical difficulty.
Difficulty.
That's okay. Moving on. Let's get rolling here. What episode are we on?
Episode 83.
Okay.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with a friend.
We're trying to get to 200 by the end of the year.
200 subscribers by the end of the year.
We've got about 75 more to go. So please, if you haven't subscribed, do so.
Do so below.
You got a joke for us?
Sure.
Okay. I think I've heard it before, but later on, I think I've forgotten
You may have forgotten. What do you get when you lay cats end to end? A feline.
A feline.
Feline. Bum bum bum.
Classic mom joke.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you know chocolate comes from cocoa?
Yeah.
Which is a tree.
Yes.
That makes it a plant.
Uh-huh. Okay, yeah.
So technically that makes chocolate a salad.
That's a stretch.
It all connects.
Plant-based,
Right.
I would go for, but...
Salads are plant-based.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Wow.
A little humor to get
All
things going. As you know, we, if you've watched us before, we are history buffs, so we always like to take a quick look at what in history has occurred this week in years past.
Right.
So here we go. 1994, Amazon Inc. is founded in Seattle July 4th under the name Cadabra.
I'm still puzzled by this.
If that had been a Jeopardy question,
It would have been a stumper for sure.
yeah, it was originally named Cadabra.
Cadabra.
I would have never said, what is Amazon?
Yeah.
All right, in 1946, the bikini, created by designer Louis Reard, debuts in Paris, of course, July 5th. Thank
Paris
you.
gets all the fun stuff first.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Reard.
Yeah.
Moving on, 1930, construction begins July 7th on the Colorado River's Boulder Dam, also known as the Hoover Dam.
Hoover Dam. Yeah.
Been there a few times.
Mm-hmm.
1881, Wisconsin druggist Edward Berner invents the ice cream sundae, July 8th. That's in 1881.
I love that those things were born out of the old time, pharmacies, so to speak, or drugstores.
Yeah, I saw a funny social media post. It said, so apparently TikTok is recommending to its subscribers that they put McDonald's ice cream into their Coke. We're all wondering, people my age, does Gen X really think they invented the Coke float?
Really? Really?
And I would step up your game. I would put it in root beer.
Yeah, try it in root beer.
Blow your mind,
root beer
TikTok.
float. Wow.
Okay, moving on. 1865. The Secret Service is founded July 5th to fight counterfeiting and forgery.
I would have never guessed counterfeiting and forgery.
They've expanded their focus considerably, but that's where they started, counterfeiting
Happy birthday,
and
Secret
forgery.
Service. Yeah.
Finally, 1776, the amended American Declaration of Independence is signed on July 4th.
Mm-hmm.
You've got additional
Only by
info.
John Hancock,
That's
though.
right.
It wasn't actually ratified till later, much later, like August, right?
August. I believe it was
yeah.
in August that it was actually ratified. Everybody got their John Hancock on
That's
it.
right. Everybody signed.
All right, that is your history for this week.
Now we jump into a little bit of economic, housing, and regulatory news. Looks like we do start with economic again this week. So
Starting with economic news.
turn things over.
So, as you know, we've been discussing the steps that the Fed is taking to try to curb inflation. So, question mark here, inflation slowing. The core PCE.
Personal consumption expenditure.
Thank you. The core PCE price index rose 4.7% in May, the smallest year-over-year increase since last November. The PCE is the Fed's favored measure towards its 2% target, unlike its better-known cousin, the Consumer Price Index.
PCI. CPI.
Thank you. PCE considers how inflation changes spending behavior.
Okay.
So that makes probably more sense.
Yeah.
Consumers cool off. U.S. household spending eased in May as Americans faced historically high inflation, and it definitely cooled off in the Miller household. So we have definitely tightened our belt a little bit here.
Tighten the budget a little bit and figure out where we can cut back.
Right. So a little good news, spending rose just 0.2%, down from 0.6% in April. Wages increased 0.5% in May. So that we actually contributed to an increase in personal income.
Kind of got
Not
caught up
huge,
a little bit on wages. Yeah.
But at least it's moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
With Eurozone inflation hitting a record 8.6 in May, the European Central Bank,
ECB.
Thank you. Confirmed its intentions to hike interest rates. President Christine Lagarde,
PCL. Couldn't resist.
it wasn't your turn yet, downplayed concerns of recession due to ECB.
European Central Bank.
Thank you. Domestic buffers against the loss of growth. So ECB interest rates have stayed below zero since 2014. So
Europe is feeling some inflation too.
But they don't seem as hawkish as the United States is on curbing it. They're being very reluctant. So it'll be interesting to see how they address it if it keeps going up.
Yes.
A little bit of housing news. Powell's promises. Fed Chair Jerome Powell vowed last week not to let inflation take hold of the U.S. economy over the longer term. Inflation in the U.S. is at its highest level in more than 40 years. However, since the Fed started raising rates in March, market indicators of inflation expectations have fallen considerably. Okay. So they are meeting again this month, and the anticipation is that they will increase rates as much as 75 base points again. So we shall see, but they are definitely taking a strong arm approach to attacking inflation.
Yeah.
So.
Well, things are catching up. The corrections that they've made thus far are having an impact. We're seeing that a little bit. So maybe they won't have to raise the rates anymore.
I think it's too soon. They're going to raise the rates. I had to wager on it. Okay, moving on to regulatory news. April prices cool, no surprise there. Home price increases slowed ever so slightly in April, down to 20.4% year-over-year pace from 20.6 in March. With reports of price drops among new sellers, we are definitely seeing price drops here in the Valley. And again, I think these numbers that we're looking are lagging, and I think the slowdown is considerably more than what is being reported here. The supply of homes for sale has also increased steadily, and I will say rapidly here in the Valley, and we'll go over those numbers. Active inventory last week was 21% higher than the same week a year ago. Wowzer. Pending sales surprise. Pending home sales rose a surprising 0.7% in May. I have no idea why. Again, I think it's lagging numbers. But sales were still 13.6% lower than May of 2021. Pending sales, a measure of signed contracts on existing homes, are down sizably from a year ago because of much higher mortgage rates. And again, a lot of these contracts were locked in 12 months ago on new construction homes. So it'll be a while before that all washes through. And so I think it's a little more dramatic than what we're seeing here in the numbers.
And the tidbit I'll throw in there is we attended a talk with Lawrence Yoon with
Yes.
the National Association of Realtors. He's a chief economist there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying there's still a lot of qualified buyers. That's why we're still seeing sales. Yes, the numbers are down, the pending numbers are down, but their sales are still happening for sure.
We're seeing showings on our listings, thankfully.
Yes. And Lawrence Yoon believes mortgage rates are will stabilize.
Yes.
Yes.
And we'll talk a little more good news about mortgage rates here in a minute too.
Yep.
Okay, so we are down to
More listings.
more listings. Yes, active listings for homes jumped 19% in June, the fastest annual pace in 5 years. New
wow.
listings surpassed typical pre-COVID levels, up 4.5%. Still, supply is not easing prices yet, with a median listing price hitting another record high of $450,000 and requiring 31.5% of the average U.S. wage to afford for housing. That's a little bit too high in my opinion, but that's where we're at right now.
Okay. And we also, let's see, we did, I guess this is...
We attended the Comfort report, and we'll review that again next week, right?
Well, we're talking a little bit about interest rates, and let's see, she was talking about buying down rates. Here it is.
Yes.
Buyers may need to buy down interest rates. I was really encouraged to hear about this, and I had kind of forgotten that you could do this. So be sure to talk to your provider, your mortgage provider, and just find out what's available to you. But you may be able to buy down your interest rate for the first few years and then go ahead and refinance once the rates have dropped again.
Right.
So.
And we're hearing multiple times now, so I'm thinking it's getting some traction where this will possibly become a seller incentive versus a lower purchase price. A seller may offer to buy down the buyer's interest rate. So as an incentive for sellers to...
It's a negotiation
to move their
tool.
home.
Yeah, a negotiation tool.
Absolutely.
So as we start looking at the inventory numbers too, I'll throw this in before I forget. Almost the whole valley is in a hot market. We were talking hotter market the last few weeks, and now we're hot. So we have dropped in demand and activity level, but it's still a very hot market in most of the valley.
Right.
Days on market are a little longer, but still closer to where we were in 2021, which things were going pretty quick.
Yeah, they're still turning over pretty quick. So
yeah, I'll throw that in, and we'll talk about that more as we get into inventory.
all right, let's talk rates real quick. Second week in a row that they dropped. So I guess this would be, they dropped second week in a row. They went from 5.900 to 5.655 on the 30-year conforming.
Okay.
15-year dropped from 4.989 down to 4.770. And the VA dropped from 5.457 down to 5.252. So that's good news. Hopefully that trend continues, and Mr. Yoon is correct that we're going to see some stabilizing in the interest rates.
Yeah.
Inventory valley-wide, again, it seems like buyers have another 1,000 homes every single week to choose from. The valley-wide inventory number went from, for active listings, 13,752 up to 14,670. Peoria went up from 476 to 498, and Surprise went up 546 to 591.
Okay.
A little closer to home, Trilogy at Vistancia is up 6 from 27 to 33. 537,500 is the most affordable home in Trilogy. 1,250,000 is the most expensive. Vistancia Village is up 3 from 38 to 41. Most affordable being 450,000. The most expensive is also $1,250,000. Blackstone is unchanged. They still have 8 homes available, ranging in price from $875,000 to $2,950,000. Portobello is up 2. They're at 14 now. price range 429,000 to 897,000. Sun City Grand is actually down one at 47, price range 270,000. That's for a condo. Okay. And high end is $985,000. Sun City West actually dropped 3. They're down to 97 available homes. Price range from 234,000 to 899,000.
Okay.
Finally, Westbrook Village is up 5. They're at 17 available homes. Most affordable 325,000. Most expensive 604,000.
All right. All right.
All right, well, that is your report for this week. I hope everybody has a blessed week and a fabulous weekend, and we will see you again next week.
See you next week.
Take care.
There's the little red record. The light is on. I swear it was on yesterday though too.
I can't believe we're doing this twice.
I feel like I should have a cup of tea or something. Morning, instead of afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah, have my daughter.
All right, let's get this show on the road.
I feel like we should test it halfway through and make sure it's actually recording.
Goes a little faster the second time around.